Hello everyone and welcome to the week 105 update for ICARUS. So the main change in this week's update is signposts. Now these are cheaper than the regular signposts you can do on the carpentry bench, which I'll get into in a moment. But there is a ton of quality of life changes also this week, so we all like quality of life changes, don't we? Okay, so first of all is the new signposts. These are all craftable on your person. You don't need a crafting bench for these new 3 signs. But what you'll have to do is go to your tech tree in tier 1 and come to rustic sign pack here. Now, if you can't find this for whatever reason, you can just type in rustic and it will highlight yellow in the bottom right corner here and you'll easily find it. So once you go ahead and unlock that, what you need to do is come to your inventory, crafting, and you'll just see them located here. These are really cheap in-game early items, but they're really good for organization. So you have the classic rustic sign, which is 10 wood, 5 sticks and 15 fiber. You have the natural rustic sign, which is 10 wood, 5 sticks and 15 fiber. As you can see, they're all 10 wood, 5 sticks and 15 fiber. What I will say though is don't get confused with the classic rustic sign and the small wooden sign. The small wooden sign is craftable on the carpentry bench, which is here. And it costs 12 refined wood, 2 rope, and 2 copper nails. Okay, so let's have a look at these new signs. So we'll try the natural first. Now you can hold R, and you can bring up the radial menu, and you can have the way you can plant it in the ground or put it on a wall. So let's just go and put this on a wall here. And there we go. That is actually quite big, that. So let's go ahead and write something here. Subscribe. And give it a black text for a nice background. There we go. So, of course, with these, you can put icons on them as well. So, let's go ahead and put cloth boots on there. And there we go. So, they're exactly the same as the carpentry bench signs, but cheaper and more accessible. So, let's go ahead and look at the round rustic sign. Again, you can hold R to slap them onto a wall, or hold R again and select the one where you can plant it in the ground. And then it looks like that. So next up is the classic rustic sign. And I'll show you the difference between the carpentry bench one and this. So let's go ahead and place this one here. And I'll go and get the carpentry bench one here. As you can see, the carpentry bench one looks more refined, polished, or whatever you want to call it. And the craftable one on your person looks a little bit more scuffed, but that's understandable. Okay, so time to take a look at some of the quality of life changes. As you can see on my hotbar here, if I take my lantern off, there is now a picture of a sun there, so depicting light. And also on any light source now, you'll have like a little sun icon in the bottom left-hand corner. So this will be indicating you that this is a light source. So if you've played the game for long enough, this is probably not for you. But if you're a new player, it's probably a guide for newer players, as there has been an influx of newer players recently. And by the way, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And now you've got a big sun icon on your L slot here, and you can just pop that back there. You will have a look on your G slot also. This is depicting a heavy load icon. Let's just go and have a look at a heavy load here. And that is, for example, the IC1 extractor. Anything that's a G slot item now, basically, is going to be classed as a heavy load. And it will be depicted with a little image in the bottom left corner here, as you can see. And there you go. It's basically just telling you anything that goes in your G slot is a heavy load, basically. Another big change, in my opinion, this week is the fact that you can put an animal carcass on your G slot and actually right-click, aim where you want to drop it now. So you just simply put it in your G slot, like you've always been able to do, and then just hold right-click, and you'll be able to drop it on the floor wherever you're aiming. So first of all, batteries and the network update. The devs going to say batteries on their internal testing phase, and we're actively fixing issues with the changes made to the electricity system, many of which affect existing items that now have been updated. Batteries will be an adjustment to how the energy generation system works, as they'll provide an off-peak storage system that allows you to keep working around the clock. This means we also need to make changes to how machines operate with an energy source, so certain machines will slow or stop when underpowered. in itself is going to change this game completely in the way people design their bases and where they put their bases, locations, etc, etc. Coming soon, Taming Expansion. Another large update coming soon to our Taming Expansion, where we'll be adding tons of depth to the mount system. This includes adding levels to mounts, their own unique talent trees, and even mounts being transferable from one prospect to another. Personally, I'm still on the fence about that. Yeah, anyways, I'll have to see it to see what it's like. This is a substantial amount of content to add and is still in its early development. We'll keep you updated as we progress. Future updates. We have a lot of new players this week. Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Fortazar. So we wanted to give you a look into some of the content we'll be adding over the next few months, as a mix of weekly updates and larger updates. Okay. Bees! We did touch on this on a future content look at in a recent weekly update video. So yeah, bees are going to be a thing. Wild beehives will spawn around the map and will host aggressive bees that you'll have to deal with. You'll also be able to raise domestic beehives and harvest honeycombs for honey and beeswax. That's pretty cool. More animals. We'll also be adding bats, kiwi birds, sheep and chickens in a range of wild and domesticated versions. You can expect basic consumables such as eggs, wool and more. I am all for domestication and having animals and stuff like that, as long as they have the infrastructure around it. If you're going to have a sheep, let us build barns and stuff like that, or, you know, where we have to have certain stuff which is going to meet the criteria to keep the animals alive, instead of just building 2 troughs. Doing animal husbandry like this is really cool if you do it right. If you do it like the long lines of like Life is Feudal, where they pretty much nailed it, apart from the visual side of it. If they went like that route, honestly, it'd be great. There's also going to be an in-game ICARUS wiki. A prospect field guide will provide information on every item in the game, including how to craft it, where to obtain it, what sets they belong to, and more. This will also link to the bestiary and fishing book. So you'll just be pressing J in-game, basically. Water rework. The water system will be receiving a rework, adding devices that can clean water, provide buffs when drinking clean, purified water. We'll also be adding fluids, including letting you add tea, cocoa, coffee, and other drinks to your canteens rather than needing a separate... Really interesting. Next up is turrets. If you played the game long enough now, you pretty much knew this was going to be coming down the pipeline at some point anyways. But yeah, here we go. Many of you have theorized this is something we've been working on, and your theories have been correct. We're working on a tier 4 turret system that can autonomously defend your base and attack creatures that stray too close. Great. You know, mountain turrets on a wall or something like that would be pretty cool, like a little turret tower. And the Prometheus map expansion. This is something I've been telling you about for like forever now, since Prometheus came out. It was obvious that they were going to be expanding the map because all of the south side of it's just been carved off. So the devs got to say regarding the Prometheus map expansion. The Prometheus map is our new Frontiers expansion. We'll be receiving 2 new regions and operations with very different feel than the rest of the biomes. These will be focused on hardcore survival with limited resources and intense weather that renders the map unusable. And lastly for this week, next week, Biomore Backpack. Next week's update will be a brand new Biomore Backpack for the team's medic. This will give the user the ability to play more of a support role, providing damage boosts and health regen, buffs for coming in and reviving downed teammates. That's pretty neat. So if you're playing a group, you can have basically someone with a dedicated medic role. Having the Biomore Backpack will tie in nicely if you have the field medic talent. So make sure you get this if you are a medic or you want to be a medic within your group. Talent will help you a lot. Plus 50% health restored to revive incapacitated players. So whenever you revive somebody, you'll give them 50% of their health back. And that is the week 105 update for ICARUS, everybody. Let me know down in the comments what you've thought of it. Do you like some of the changes that have been implemented? Do you like some of the stuff that's coming down the pipeline? Let me know down in the comments. As always, make sure you like this video and subscribe if you are new around here. If you are one of the new players to ICARUS and just checking out my content, make sure you subscribe. I have playlists, live streams, guides, you name it for ICARUS. I've covered it. Feel free to check them all out, and I'll see you all in my up-and-coming live stream, which is probably going to be a building live stream because I've got a lot of requests to do a building stream. I'll probably be doing that in the next couple of days. As always, I just want to thank all of my YouTube and Ko-Fi and Twitch subscribers. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you all again soon.